First round of the NFL draft is in the books. I'm not entirely sure what time the second round starts, but probably by the time you guys see in the second round is underway. Let me know down below how your team did. I'll talk about some of my winners and losers in this video. Obviously, my Broncos, like I talked about yesterday, didn't have picks because of Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. But they introduced these new draft fantasy packs. And look, I watched a couple of videos, a couple people open them. They look kind of fire. So we got 17 of them. So, and they're about 70,000 a piece, excuse me. So we're going to get into that. So hit the like button, drop a sub. Like I said, let me know down below what you think of your team's draft. Who's some winners, who's some losers. Like I said, I'll talk about some of that in this draft as well. Like I said, in this video, excuse me, coin's a little bit down, but like I told you guys yesterday, I went all out on training. And right now we're just selling and doing things back. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Hey, ain't we been through it all? Then we sleep on them floors. Everybody we thought we needed, we don't need them no more. Run it up, don't check the score. No one.
Let's get into it. So we got these stat packs. As you know, no money spent or money being spent over here. I do that on my side account, whatever. But it's April, May. You shouldn't be spending money anyway. But these are the packs I was talking about, and I just hit the B button. Apologize about that. I was a little bit too excited, so I've done hit the B button. Now, like I was saying, just in terms of these packs, choice of 1 or 2 91 plus overall, and choice of 1 or 2 elite players. It's 2 cards, and they call that a fantasy pack. But we'll look at the odds here. 100% for 91, 93 is basically 50-50, and 95 is 20%, 19%. So we'll hit this up, and then we'll probably do what, like 500 and something K for TDPs, because Aaron Rodgers is still in packs, and he's still like over 800K at the moment I'm recording this. So let's get into it. Big surprise of the draft. Obviously, Will Levis not being drafted in the first round sucks for him. And obviously, if a team really wanted him, they would have traded up to the late 30s to get that 5th-year option for a quarterback, which is huge, right? Because then obviously you don't have to worry about paying him. If a quarterback market, by the time these rookies, who knows what it's going to look like at that point in time, right? Look, big winners for me, Texans. Texans were huge winners. Obviously, Bryce Young going #1 overall, Roll Tide. I'm with that. But to be able to get C.J. Stroud, which, look, I had as the second best quarterback in the draft, and then obviously to trade back up, to have the cojones to trade back up to number 3 as you get a 93 Jackson Sanborn there. 97 Dalton Kincaid, second pack in. And by the way, the reason why I'm opening these now is because, as you can see, the new players are in the pack. So Texans, yeah, for them to have the balls to trade back up to get Will Anderson, who I believe is the best defensive player in the draft. A little bit biased, but obviously Jalen Carter is fantastic. And speaking to Jalen Carter, Howie Roseman, I don't know how you're doing it, because to get Jalen Carter at 10 is one thing, or 9, excuse me, because you had to trade up to get him. But to get Nolan Smith, y'all can't tell me Mike Theory don't exist. I was just about to say, to get Nolan Smith at the end of the first round is crazy. Wow. The fact that I was just talking about this young man and then boom, he pops up in my packs. That's absolutely crazy. But look, the Eagles killed it once again. They absolutely destroyed it last year. Getting Jordan Davis and Kobe Dean. They're basically becoming, Georgia Bulldogs North. 4 players from that, historic Georgia defense in 2021. It's excellent. And that's back-to-back 97s for us. Kind of going crazy in these two. So, yeah, man, the Eagles absolutely killed it. Now, I know a lot of people, a pick that people talked about that wasn't really highly thought of was Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, obviously, I'm an Alabama fan, so I think Jahmyr Gibbs is great. But the Lions did the same thing last year, if you remember, with Jameson Williams. They traded up to 10 and got the player that they coveted. Now, can you say Jahmyr Gibbs is a reach at 12? Potentially, but, I mean, they did sign David Montgomery, and they have DeAndre Swift. So what does this mean for DeAndre Swift? Because they are similar. I think Jahmyr Gibbs may be a little bit more explosive and a better pass catcher, if I'm being honest. So who knows what this means for DeAndre Smith moving forward. But look, I'm not going to say it's a reach because we just don't know. Based on people's draft boards and where they had, Jahmyr sliding at the end of the first round, could have Detroit, maybe got him at the end of the first round? Potentially. I heard some things. They were scared of the Patriots taking him. That's why they jumped up and got him. Look, when someone's your guy, you got to get him. At the end of the day, no matter what cost. They obviously valued Jahmyr Gibbs very highly, so they had to make it happen. Is it a reach? Only time will tell. Absolutely, only time will tell. It's a reach, but I guess that's the only huge surprise for me. Look, obviously when receivers were taken in the early 20s, everyone knows when one receiver takes, they all go. I think, I haven't checked my mock draft. Maybe we'll check at the end of this video or before we get into the TVPs what I did with my mock draft. I think I got like 4 out of maybe 5, 6. I don't know how many I got right, honestly, but I did it seriously. Like I said, I didn't make a video about it or do anything of that nature, make it public. I just did my picks. I know I got 3 out of the first 4 right, which is cool to have 3 out of the first 4 right. It's absolutely a W. But 97 CRAZYY, that's 3 of the new rookies we've gotten in this pack opening. 97 CRAZYY, which those rookies are going for a little bit more than normal 97. So those 3 guys that I pulled are basically going to go up on the auction house. That's about 600, 700K of the 1.7 or 1.1 million we're spending on these packs, which is a W. Obviously, look, I'm going to take it. I would love a 99. But I'm not going to frown away from a 97. Not going to frown away from a 97 whatsoever. But first round of the draft was cool. Now, for me, I was at work, being in Australia. The draft actually happened at like 10 a.m. my time on a Friday. So obviously, I was at work. So I didn't get the chance to take advantage of the market like most of you should. And if you listened to my video yesterday, I said I was heavily invested in 97s. And for a split moment, when Bryce Young was released as a number 90, only 99 overall, and then CJ Stroud and those boys were released, 97s are going for about 280K if you can get them off. I sold a bunch of mines for 280K. Now, I wasn't able to get all of them off, which is okay, but that was a big profit to pay for 200K and to sell them for 280. After profit, I was getting about 60K per 97. Now, the 95s, I think the height, I seen the 95s get us like 125, which I wasn't happy with 125, only getting about 20K for the 90s. And I got most of my 95s at under like 92K, which is about 1.2 per. So I was happy with actually holding those until something else come along. And the something else for me is going to be golden tickets. Golden tickets absolutely is going to be what else for me. So I have no problem holding all those until golden tickets, which I do believe are coming next week. I think we get our first golden ticket, that Julius Peppers that we all, well, I wasn't in the chat, but what the chat created from NGMM. I think we get that first one next week. So we shall see. Now, from that time to next week, we're going to be able to hold all that training, because if they drop like a fire LTD like they did last weekend with Larry Allen, that's over 2 million coins. I got to at least try to chase it, you know, put a couple million into the TVPs to see if I can pull it. Then obviously try to, you know, take that and reback invest it and stuff of that nature. So, because Aaron Rodgers' price earlier today was about 1.1 million, and I tweeted this out. I said that this is Aaron Rodgers' price, and he's essentially a golden ticket because he gets 2 0 AP ability buckets, right? With them getting 2 AP or 0 ability buckets, this kind of sets a price of what golden ticket is going to be at, because I do believe they're either going to be in the TCP or TVP, but they're not going to be as pullable as they've been in the past. And that's going to be a bit of an issue. So, you know, and I had some comment, you know, they're going to be like Larry Allen's price. I don't think they're going to be like Larry Allen 2 million, because Larry Allen is unique because he's a UL and everyone wants to do the UL Kim, and he gets time to, you know, UL Kim. But I can see the good ones being closer to like 1.7, 1.8, and the lesser ones being like a million, you know, 800K. So hopefully you guys have held everything from glitches and everything of that nature to make sure and ensure you're able to get, you know, these golden tickets if you want them, because they're not going to be like they were in the past where they're like 300-400K. I just can't see that happening, right? Because the TVP produces things in terms of coins, like in previous years, it would just produce training, right? So with it being able to produce coins, that there's going to keep a floor on what those 99s are going to have to be. And like I said, we've seen what pools look like in terms of high overall 99s with Larry Allen and previous 99s that I can't even think of, but we've seen that they don't just pop out. Like they're extremely rare. So I imagine golden tickets are going to share that same rareness with that some of the gold 99 ULs are putting. Even Aaron Rodgers, you know, he's still, like I said, 800K. You know, where in past, usually if a LTD was in the TVP, you know, before all the glitches, that thing would be at 450K no matter how good it was. Right, so that's that. That's our first 95. Crazy, we've gotten 3 97s and only 1 95. But first 95, we definitely shall take that. Now, I actually think at the end of this, we're gonna make our coins back, because the 397s, like I said, I know for a fact that Nolan Smith goes for about not 300K, which is way above what 97s are normally going for. So that's absolutely a W. So we're in our last pack here, and let's see what we can do. Can we get a good one to walk off? Not just Michael Brockers, and this last round has been nothing special at all. 84, and then this is probably like an 88 maybe, an 83. And to end it off, let's see if we can pull the man Aaron Rodgers. Twitch.tv/therealdatruthyadig. We will be live tonight. I did just check, and we did really well on those packs. We actually made back with the 97s, the 95, and then we made back about 1.4 million. So we actually made profit in those draft packs with us pulling those 397s. You know, so that naturally means my TVPs now have to be asked. That's 2 videos in a row that I've opened up my first TVP, and it's a great strategy card. You know, so I don't know what kind of sign that is, but you know, we got to try to see if we can make it happen. Like I said, I genuinely do not like these things right now because I just feel like they are a coin sink. And essentially what it's been paying out is around 1.1 per. Now, thankfully for me, most of my training I've gotten at 1.2. So 88 Mark Andrews, even if it pays out at 1.1 for me in a big, large sample size, I'm not losing that much, right? Which is the value of sniping cheaper training at the end of the day. But here, like I said, this is, you know, contents I've had. Some of it's part of which I still have over 488s to 89s in my binder from last week. I'm trying to figure out something to do with them. Before I just quick some things, I had a bunch, about 200 of 90 to 91s in my binder as well. So, and obviously, like I said, I have some 97s and I have all that. So, you know, we're just holding it. There's nothing really, like, so I'm going to give this a little bit of a chase because it is an 800K card. Right now, we're going kind of crazy. 2 legendary strategy cards and an 88 is kind of wild. So we are going kind of crazy here. If they drop a UL, you know, to the next day after this, then obviously I will chase that. You know, like I said, when there's a 800K plus card in TVPs, I think it's worth chasing a little bit. So we shall see. Like I said, Robert Quinn, that one, I did the video yesterday. I didn't really want to go too in on that, but I always end on TVP openings without a shadow of a doubt. So my TVPs have been dry since last Thursday when I pulled Rod Woodson and Tim Tebow in the same pack. I haven't pulled an LTD since then. Now, I haven't really gone in like I typically would. I did go in a little bit for Larry Allen. You guys seen the TCP versus TVP pack battle. So that was about 3 million into to try to get Larry Allen. Then I probably rolled another 1 million on stream. So I did do about 4 million for Larry Allen. Didn't come to fruition for me, so that's all right. Redux, we are cooking. 97 Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Now I think he's just training value, but that's still 220K. We are going just from Marquez Valdez, the 2 strategy cards, and then what's his name, Mark Andrews. That's 600K back already. So we've already made back what we needed to make back in order to go crazy. So we're probably gonna, this probably TVP is gonna pay out like 1.4, just because of those 4 pools right there. And like I said, everything else is essentially, you know, icing on top. We did pull a, you know, a bunch of purples too, so that's obviously gonna help. No Aaron Rodgers though. Would love to pull Aaron Rodgers, but we only got 2 packs here now. We still did pull 3 grays, but this is the ebbs and flows of the TVPs. You can pull Redux, 91 Mr. Roulette, Russell Wilson Cook. He has a 97 Redux too. Is there any other person that has 2 Reduxes from 2 different overalls? I don't know. Last pack Magic here and 84 Darren Waller. That actually wasn't bad. Appreciate you boys. Twitch.tv/therealdatruthyadig. If you want to come through live, we'll probably have the draft in the background talking about the picks as well. But that was a W pack opening. The draft cards were a W. The TVPs were a W. It was solid. I'm out. Deuces.